Hello everyone, welcome back to the Practically Blind workshop. Later on in the video I'll be revealing the winner of my 1000 subscriber giveaway. But first, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to be making a small bird feeder, and what I've got is some of these slats that came off an old shelving unit. So let's get started. So I'm going to start by choosing the best bits. Going to make it about 30 centimeters or roughly a foot tall. So I'm going to cut 3 pieces that long at the chop saw. So I've cut them 3 pieces at the chop saw. One will be the back and the other 2 will be the sides. Now what I'm going to do is on the 2 sides is cut a groove along the inside edge of both pieces to receive a piece of plastic plexiglass perspex type stuff. So I've set the blade up to cut roughly halfway through the material and roughly a centimetre away from the edge of the material. And what I'll do now is move the fence over a tiny amount to allow for the thickness of the plexiglass. Now I can get these sides glued and pinned to the back piece. So next what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a 10-degree angle across there so that the roof has a slight fall, and I'm just going to quickly do that on the chop saw. So I was originally going to be using some more of these slats for the roof, but it doesn't quite come out as far as I'd like. So what I'm going to do is I've got I've got some more of this feather edge board, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a roof out of that. So I'm going to cut it just slightly wider than the whole thing, and I'm just going to quickly do that on the chop saw. Now it's probably overhanging a bit too much, so I'm just going to cut it back to about there. So I'm just going to get the roof piece fitted with a very small hinge. I'm just going to get it roughly in the middle. So I cut a similar piece to put on the bottom. Before I fit it, I need to drill a shallow hole which will become like a tray for the bird seed to fall into. And again, just roughly getting it center. Doesn't have to be perfect. So now I can get that glued and pinned on. Now what I'm going to do is cut a piece of plexiglass or perspex. Just what I've done is I've just set the fence to roughly the right size for the moment, and what I'll do is I'll sneak up on the right size. So I cut that piece of plexiglass and I slowly snuck up on the width, and I went to fit it and it was a little bit too thick for my groove. So what I had to do was I ran it vertically through the table saw and I just essentially rebaited it and took some of the width off of each side, and now it slides in nicely. You can't see the rebaited part. Now I'm just going to try and clean this plexiglass up a little bit, give everything a quick sand down, and then it's pretty much done. This piece of Perspex plexiglass stuff just left over from an old shed window, so it's not the nicest. It's just I've tried to find the nicest part, but it's pretty much just so you can see the level of how much birdseed is left in the bird feeder, so it don't have to be perfect. And the birdseed just comes out into the little tray at the bottom. I'm just going to attach a loop of string to the back so it can be hung. But you could fix a little bracket or some wire or a little keyhole bracket. But that's it, pretty much done. You could put a screw in the lid and in the side and wrap an elastic band around it to stop the wind or anything from lifting the lid, but I don't think that's necessary. Right, so now it's time for the reveal of the winner of my 1000 subscriber giveaway, and there wasn't that many entries, so what I decided to do is I got my wife to write down all the entries on little pieces of paper, and what I've done is I've screwed them up into little balls, and I'm going to pull one from this plastic bag, so it's as fair as I can possibly make it. So what I'll do is I'll give the bag a shake, and I'll pull a bit of paper with someone's name on it out at random. The winner is at Gary Amis 3969, I think that is. I'll show it to the camera. So what I'll do is I'll put my email somewhere here and in the description, and if you could email me please, Gary, and we'll sort out your prize. So yeah, sorry to everyone else. Thank you for entering. Thank you for all my subscribers. Again, thank you for getting me up to past 1,000 subscribers. Honestly, didn't think that I would get anywhere near that. And I'll see you in the next video.